Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Free Hammers. And finally, Paul's back for an end of the season, sort of end of year chat.
End of year, yeah.
End of year. We're not going to go through all the games and stuff like that. Obviously, we'll have a little reflection at the end. But, mate, what's gone wrong? You know, a few weeks ago, we're sitting on here going, we're going to beat Barcelona and, don't fear anyone. And
I still think we would beat Barcelona. I know, yeah, that's it's crazy, mate. It's crazy. It's been really weird. Yesterday, really disappointed after the game. And after the last few games, been really disappointed. And we are on a slide. But I keep having to catch myself because I keep getting really annoyed and really depressed. Like, oh, here we go. Another poor result. We fell off a cliff. Our forms. Mate, we're still what? Where are we? What, sixth?
Still sixth.
Mate, we're still sixth.
Obviously, there's a couple of teams that have got games.
We're not gonna stay sixth after the teams play their games now. We'll probably drop down again. Even if we drop down to eighth, mate, it's West Ham we're talking about. I have to catch myself and be like, listen, we're still, even if we're still in the top eight, we're in the advanced stages of the Europa League.
February.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really disappointing recently that we haven't kept up our form. But then, I have to catch myself and be like, no, hang on a minute, right? Let's be realistic about this. Unless we got incredibly lucky with injuries, we were not going to be able to maintain a top four challenge.
I think how I've looked at it, like when I've been doing the reviews recently, I've been doing it by performance, but it's starting to get like 6, 7 performances now. I think that's where it's concerned. Like, okay, like you say, mate, look at the season, we're 6, and end of the year, you would have took that last 16 of Europa League, quarterfinal of a cup, but if this carries on, it can start getting quite bad. We're not going to get relegated. We're not getting relegated.
Yes, there is a but. And, looking at, I was looking last night, I was looking at the form, and our form at the start of the year was just crazy. I remember looking at it at the time, and I use the Flash Scores app, and, you go on the head-to-head, and it shows just green W's everywhere. And now it's a lot more... Bowden, I know you like this. I love this shirt, by the way. I bought this for like 12 quid, and it's a tired 3rd division team, but I think it looks class, like some 80s. Anyway, the format started to slide, but again, that's it's down to injuries. We're playing all of our first choice defenders are out, apart from Soufal, and Soufal isn't the player he was last season.
Missing Cresswell massively, aren't we?
Big time. Masuaku just can't fill in at left back. He can't. I
don't think he played left wing, mate, even, huh? Yeah, I know you've been one to say play left wing, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree. He's, although, not to do with, I'm pretty sure yesterday I was looking at the stats, and yesterday, Masuaku, I'm pretty sure, had the highest pass accuracy in the entire team at 80%. And he had the highest crossing accuracy out of him and Soufal. So I don't think he's necessarily as big a disaster as people seem to think. But obviously, he's not good enough. Obviously, Souček still looks so tired.
What about the game, though? So let's go into the game a little bit then, mate. So we went 1-0 down. It was a good goal, though, wasn't it? It was a good goal by El Yousni, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, edge of the box shot. You don't like conceding them. Really, you want to be seeing them sort of, and this is where an on form Souček and Rice who's bang on it, or if you have Zuma and Ogbonna in there, I don't think that goal happens. I don't think it happens.
Well, you could see that Rice was compensating for Masuaku the whole game, wasn't he? He kept dropping in at left back, and I said to you after the game, didn't I? It only looked like he trusted Bowen and Lanzini. And credit to Lanzini. When he come on, Lanzini was fantastic. He really, really was.
I think the thing with Rice at the minute is he's doing, at every game that goes on, he's doing the job of more and more players. Rice is doing the job of 3-4 players at the minute. He is everywhere. He's running back covering. He's playing on the left. He's playing on the right.
Trying to be the attacking mid as well.
He's the one, exactly, he's the only one who seems to be actually driving at teams. He's the only one who's picking the ball up and saying, right, if you ain't going to do this, I'm going to do it. Let's go. he's doing the job of 4 men at the minute. Now he's obviously suspended. He's gonna miss the game against Watford. But yeah, like you say, mate. As far as the first goal, it was a decent goal. But I think if we had our first choice defenders playing, if Souček and Rice is bang on it, that goal doesn't happen. And this is a Southampton team that's like they're not a good team.
Bloody about 15 games or something.
They're not one winning 14 away games. You know, they're not a good team. Worst defense, I think, in the league. They are not.
They popped three goals against us. Obviously, at half time, he did change it. What did you make of Vlasic, though, mate? Because he was one of the ones that came off. I thought, you know, I'm just going to touch on it slightly. The Tottenham game, I thought he played okay as well.
Yeah, I thought he played well.
I thought, he was trying. He was trying, and I'm not saying that like as a sympathy vote, like, oh, he was trying. No, there's a bit of quality there. There is quality in there.
Yeah, there is, and I think we saw it definitely 100% in the Tottenham game. You really saw that, and he looks a lot more comfortable playing central, and that apparently is his position. Before we signed him, that's the position he plays. He plays as a number 10. He plays central. I saw someone posted up on Knees Up Mother Brown the stats of his career basically before we signed him. And his goals and assist records playing central was fantastic. His goals and assist record playing off the wings is shocking. Why is David Moyes playing him on the wing? I don't understand. And yeah, absolutely. Against Tottenham, he was playing more central. He looks so much more dangerous. He looks so much more involved. And then first half yesterday, I think he was one of our best players. I think Bowen, probably him and
Rice,
Bowen,
obviously, Rice
and Rice were the only ones really who looked decent in that first half. I don't know what's happened to Pablo Fornals since he had his kid.
He's gone off a bit, hasn't he? Obviously, our equaliser did come, mate. Corner whipped in, flicked on, and then obviously Antonio finally has broke that voodoo that was on his back for a long, long time. He took it well. When VAR come up, though, I thought, oh, here we go. But thank God we did actually score.
Yeah, and I said to you, obviously, at half time when he came on, Antonio needs, I completely agree. I don't know why Vlasic came off. The only thing I can think is he's being saved for Tuesday.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later.
That's the only thing I can think, because I think that was Ben Rama's last game. I don't think.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
That'd be Ben Rama off now to the AFCON. So Vlasic he might have been saving him. But yeah, I said to you straight away when Antonio come on, he needs to make an impact. He's been. Let's not muck about. Antonio's been really.
No, it's been awful, mate, recently.
And I think he's been pulling the team down. Genuinely, I think he's been pulling the team down. And I said he needs to make an impact. And fair play, he came on and he made an impact.
But it was obviously a few seconds later, mate. Oh, that's such a terrible picture. I thought it was a big one because it proved that it was outside the box, basically, so, the initial contact.
Yeah, the initial sort of challenge was outside the box. And I'm going to be honest. I said this at the time. For me, it's a penalty. It was a penalty. If that was against us, I'd be screaming for a penalty. The initial challenge was outside the box, but then play carried on. The ref obviously didn't give that foul, and then yes, it might not necessarily have been intentional. It was accidental. But he took him out from behind. He took him out in the box. You
don't think they was both tripping though? Do you not think that?
He was. He did trip, but it doesn't matter, mate. Like he went through the back of him and took him out. He did. It's a foul.
To be fair, if we're sitting here, mate, if that's Antonio going through and their centre backs took out our player, we'd be fuming.
Exactly. And I think if he didn't give the penalty and instead gave the foul outside the box, he has to send him off because he was through a goal. He was last man. It weren't a penalty, so there's no double jeopardy. He's off. So it was a choice. It was either it's a red card for Dawson or it's a penalty. Yeah. What would hurt us more? Can you imagine if we'd lost Dawson for 3 games? Three games we would have lost him for.
Yeah.
I actually think, I know people have been caning the ref, but I think he might have done us a favour there. It was a penalty. I know people disagree, but for me, that was a penalty all day long.
Sorry, guys, anything on Watford? Just leave that for later because me and Paul are going to talk about that specifically. So that's why I'm not putting up the Watford stuff yet. I do apologise.
Yeah. No. So like I say, no. For me, it was unfortunate. It was unlucky for Dawson. Antonio is far better as an impact sub. I mean, I think the thing with Antonio, is when he's on it. It doesn't matter whether he's off the bench or whether he's starting. When he's on it, he's amazing. But he's getting older. You know, injuries. We need someone to come in to be a first choice. Or like I say, mate, yeah, contact was out both full. Like I say, so
you conflicting opinions.
No, 100%. And people are going to have. There you go. There's another
Yeah.
penalty all day long. People are going to have different opinions on that. For me, it's a penalty. He didn't give the first foul, and then he took him out in the box. It's a penalty. Like I say, if he'd have given the first foul, he would have sent him off.
Yeah. And he doesn't miss. Ward Price doesn't miss, mate. One of my favourite players in the Prem. Our second goal was quite a good goal, though. Souček played a lovely ball out to Bowen, who played a low ball into the box for Benny to finish off. And at 2-2, I thought, come on now, we're going to go on and do it. And then, just give away a free kick, quality ball in, and 3-2, game over.
Yeah. Disappointing. The third goal, disappointing to give the foul away, to give the free kick away. Didn't really deal with a header. It was the kind of goal that we would score, you know. So really disappointing to lose to that. The Benrahma goal was a nice goal, like you say, really nice ball from Souček. Nice cut across from Bowen and a good finish from Benrahma. Honestly, again, in my opinion, I don't want to sound too harsh, but I think that's the only good thing Benrahma did all game.
No, I agree, mate. You know, I like Benny, but that is the only good thing he did. I was really, really impressed as Hammerett was there with Lanzini. I thought he was fantastic. I really did. I thought he was, wanted the ball, little touches, passing the ball nice. And it seemed that him and Rice were the only ones like, actually, me and you are on the same level here. We can actually pass the ball to each other.
Yeah. And he does. He has that. He's so composed on the ball. And like you say, I think the problem is who does he trust? He doesn't trust giving Masuaku the ball. You can see that.
No.
The only, like you say, mate. So and that hurt us as well, because so many times the ball will come into midfield to Lanzini and to Rice, and all they would really do is pass to each other, which didn't get us up the pitch.
Bowen, and then would go to Bowen occasionally on the side.
Exactly. And it didn't get us up the pitch. It didn't help us move forward, but that's because they didn't have anyone they could trust to pass the ball to.
And Yarmolenko.
I mean, again, that shows the state of the squad so far. And he keeps doing it. He keeps bringing... And I like Yarmolenko, I do. He's not good enough to be playing for us anymore, but I like Yarmolenko. I don't want to get at him. But when you're bringing Yarmolenko off the bench to try and save the game...
Yeah, it's just nothing, mate, is it?
No.
Yeah. Nothing. So disappointing result. Obviously, Arsenal have gone above us now. Tottenham have gone above us. Good chance Leicester could go above it. I think it's Leicester, the next one down. Let's just touch on the FA Cup, the League Cup as well, mate. Very disappointing that as well. I was disappointed in that game. I know a lot of people saying we played well. I think you're one of them who said we played well. I think Tottenham just let us have the ball, to be honest with you. I don't think we did play well.
I thought we were a better team. Genuinely, mate, I thought we were a better team. Yes, towards the end, they let us have the ball and we didn't really do enough with it. But I thought we were a better team. There was a period where we could have scored 3 goals in about 5 minutes. Souček could have had an hat-trick. I think we did enough. Genuinely, mate, I think we did enough to win the game. I think we were by far the better team. Yes, I understand, you can say, oh, well, Tottenham just sat back and let us play like that. Rather than us really sort of taking the game to them. But like I say, the chances that we had, we had more than enough chances. We could have scored 5 in that game easy. Just didn't go for us. Like I say, Souček could have had an hat-trick.
How much do you think, this goes quite in, how much do you think all this COVID stuff's playing into, in terms of, teams getting games like rests and stuff like that? Like
massive, and it's hurting us big time.
Is it fair, really?
No, it's not.
Just gone.
No, of course.
Down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they should, mate. If you're, like I say, we played Tottenham, and they were coming off of a 2-week rest. At least their players well rested. You can make the argument, but they, their training ground was closed.
It is as well. They don't say what players it was as well. Like there's no officialness of like.
And it doesn't make sense either that. So they had a couple of players out and they're like, oh no, we can't play these games. We have to cancel these games. But literally, like, they're playing weakened teams in the cups. I don't know. It seems very off to me. I'm pretty sure that they've changed the rules now to say that if you've got a certain number of players, you have to play the game. I'm pretty sure they've done something, the league. But yeah, it's damaging us, mate. It seems like every team we play is coming off of a rest. Watford is going to be the same.
Yeah,
their game was cancelled at the weekend. They're coming off of a rest, and we played 2 days ago.
Exactly.
You know, it's not fair. It's not right. And I'll be honest, mate. If I was Moyes, I'd be saying I'd be pulling the COVID card if I was him.
I would, mate. I would. Obviously, I don't wish it on anyone or anything like that. But yeah, I do think there's been some little games being played by the bigger teams to, get little rests in there, and yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's quickly talk about this. Right, so what needs to change, mate? And we can also sort of say January transfer window as well, sort of bit of both there. Do you think we've been figured out? I said that to you yesterday, and I see a tweet saying that it looks like West Ham have been figured out a little bit, and then someone, some of the comments below were like, "Oh no, I don't think we've been figured out. We've got a low defense. Our defense has changed, yeah, but the attack's exactly the same." And I think teams know now, as I said to you, mate, play 2 centre backs deep, then they can't play that quick counter attack. Let the fullbacks go. What do you think?
I agree completely, mate. I agree completely. We've only got one way of playing. I'm not in any way trying to get at David Moyes at all. I'm not.
No.
But he needs to come up with a plan B. He needs to come, and yeah, you can say, "Oh well, he hasn't got the personnel to do it." Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it we didn't get another striker?
Yeah, exactly.
It's his. He didn't want one. We've only got one way of playing, and like you say, mate, once teams have worked out, just sit back, let them have the ball. They can't do anything. We want a counter. Let us have the ball. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to break teams down. I think yesterday, and I know, like you say, talking about January, we were screaming out for someone like Lingard to be more direct, to run at the defence. I mean, I thought that was what Ben Rama was supposed to do, but he doesn't do it.
He doesn't run with the ball. He doesn't run with the ball. He don't run with it.
And we had no one that did. We had no one that was running, trying to break through the lines. We were screaming out for a Lingard in that game. We've only got one way of playing. And even when Antonio's out and we're playing Bowen up front, we keep going to the wings and putting crosses in.
Yeah.
Who are we crossing it to?
Exactly. When Bowen's in the box.
I don't understand.
In the box.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know. Like, we need to mix it up, and our set pieces have been figured out. Everyone knows all we're going to do.
No, but is that because Cresswell's not taking them now?
So Cresswell's not taking them, so the delivery's not there. But teams know all we're going to do is stick a man on the keeper and try and get something from that. That's it. So now all that's happening is they're bringing a defender across to push him out of the way. You saw yesterday that our goal was basically their keeper pushed Antonio onside. But that's all they need to do now. All the keeper needs to do now is try and move Antonio wherever the blocker is or go down. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's fair to say we have been figured out, mate. We need... Yeah, we need we need something different. We need a plan B. If we need different personnel to do that, then that's what needs to happen in January.
I think Moyes is technically blah blah blah. Yeah. No, I agree, mate. We need players. Apparently, Lingard's going to stay now. I think he's sitting out for Newcastle. To be honest with you, I think he's waiting to see if Newcastle stay up, and I think he'll end up there. But we need someone like that. We need magic. We need someone who's got a bit of magic. And again, I asked the question: who, though, mate? Who?
I don't know. If you're the sort of players that we've been linked with, obviously, like you say, it looks like Lingard might not happen now. The only other sort of attacking midfield player I've seen us really linked with is Januzaj.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that, mate.
Thank you very much.
Januzaj has been linked, and I think he could be a decent.
I didn't know he's only 26 as well. 26, Januzaj.
We're desperate now for defender, striker. Yeah, I mean, so I agree with you, John. Like I said, I don't want to dig Moyes out at all, but you can't tell me there's not a striker in the world that would come to West Ham that can't do the job that Antonio or similar, But
mate, there's loads. There's loads that we could have had in the summer. Armstrong, Borja, the one who's at Southampton, we could have got him from Chelsea on loan. The one that went to Palace, I can't remember his name. Good player. Patson Daka's done some stuff for Leicester. There was loads out there, mate.
Mm-hmm. And what worries me as well is, we've bought in this guy, Newman is his name. Rob Newman, is that him?
Rob,
the head of recruitment. But we seem to, paper talk and all the rest of it. We'll have to see what actually happens in January. But we seem to be linked with the same players. Like, I keep seeing us still being linked with En-Nesyri. Like, I don't know.
What about Jonathan David? Obviously, the young Canadian, plays for Lille.
I don't think he would come to us. If he
player,
would,
I don't think he'll come. Yeah.
If he would come to West Ham and we could afford him, 100%. He's a player that, would be massive. Yeah. He would be very exciting. I don't think he's going to come to West Ham. But I don't know. I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see what happens. But I've got a real bad feeling that nothing's going to happen.
I think we'll get. I think Hoysek's going to come in on loan. I think that could be one of the ones.
And I think, but the thing is, and I know he's real hyped up, but his potential, is he going to come in and make a difference? I don't think so. I don't think he's ready.
No, I don't think he's would be quite ready yet. Obviously, Tarkowski's continuously linked. Ake, I think we'll get one centre back in. I think there'll be a centre back that comes in. Apparently, Zuma's going to be back quicker though, mate. Apparently, he's going to be back more February now.
I can see a loan for a centre back. I can see a loan with an option similar to how we got Dawson. I can see a loan centre back coming in. But apart from that, we are desperately crying out.
You don't think Eden Hazard's going to come in?
Mate, I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him.
No, he's fat now, isn't he? To be fair,
I wouldn't want him. Hazard is not the player he was when he was at Chelsea. I don't think he would work in our team. I think he'd be a disaster. And it seems crazy.
What about Dele Alli? I think I've asked you a couple of times on here, but apparently Moyes looks at him. He's sort of player he likes. Wants to prove a point. A bit like Lingard sort of player. Yes or no? I would have him. I think I would have Dele. I think I would take Dele Alli.
I would. I definitely would. Like you say, exactly like Lingard. I think he needs a move. I think he needs a change of scenery.
Freshen up. Yeah.
There's no doubt. There's a fantastic player in there. And I would definitely take him. But I think it's a non-starter. We don't do business with Tottenham.
No.
So it's a non-starter. Yeah, I would take him, but it's not.
It is another thing I ask you, mate, on the transfer window then. So, Kretinsky's come in. If he don't buy anyone, what really was the point of coming in at this point? That's what makes me think we will spend money.
That's a good point, mate. That's a good point. And to be fair, I haven't considered that. That's a good point. The timing of it all.
Like, why would he come in and then go, "Oh, we're not going to spend the money"? It's just asking to be dug out straight away. Like, if you're a new chairman, you want to go, "Oh, here you go. Here's a nice £30 million striker or a nice, £30 million defender."
Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. But the problem might not be him. And I again, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know mine and Luke's thoughts on the board. But can you blame them? It's not as if money wasn't there in the summer. It was. Money was there. Moyes chose not to spend it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can really blame, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I don't know if you can really blame the board for that, because it looks like the money was there. Moyes didn't want to spend it. He went and spent £30 million on a player that he hasn't even played.
Yeah,
why did we sign Krau?
Yeah, exactly. Why did we sign Areola?
Yeah, I mean, Areola, you could say Fabianski has been brilliant this season. He hasn't deserved to be dropped. And Areola is seen as a long-term replacement. Fair enough, I get that. But when you've got Krau there and you've got Souček and Rice, who are running to the ground, completely shattered. Souček has been terrible this season.
Yeah,
he's been absolutely awful.
Is that some of it to do with? Listen, Declan Rice has been magnificent, absolutely magnificent. But is that a lot to do with that Declan Rice is charging forward now? Maybe that maybe Moyes needs to get in Declan's ear and say, "Look, Dex, let Tom go forward." Maybe let Tom go forward.
I think that has had an impact on Souček, but I also think that Souček is just knackered. I think both of them are.
He's shattered.
So why not give him a rest and play Krau? Otherwise, why is he there?
Exactly.
Why is he there?
Right. Exactly.
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Last question on the transfer window before we move on to Watford. Who's going, if anyone? Obviously, there's rumours of Lanzini. I don't think he will go now. There was rumours of Lanzini to Newcastle. I can't see that, and I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't sell him. A few months ago, maybe, and that's just the way football goes, doesn't it? He's played himself back into the team, and yeah, okay, he looks, trusted again. But Yarmolenko has to go. If we can get Masuaku out the door, I'd get Masuaku out the door as well. Anyone else?
I think Yarmolenko will go. I think he will go. I don't think we'll sell anybody else. I would sell Masuaku, but I don't think he will. He's playing him as his left back. He obviously doesn't trust the kids enough. He doesn't want to play Johnson there. He'd rather play Masuaku, so I don't think Moyes will sell him. I think I would sell him. I don't think he will go. He'll probably go in the summer. I think he'll probably go in the summer.
Yeah, let's go read through some of his comments, actually. Lanzini going would be a disaster. He has the most skill on the pitch. If we get more than one attacker in, Vlasic will be out on loan. Yeah, that's a good point, Dan. I didn't think of that. Maybe you would loan him out to not put him in. But you've got to remember, Ben Rama's obviously off. So Vlasic has a chance to step in now, potentially. But, as you say, if Lingard was to come in, Vlasic ain't going to start. And again, comes back to that question, why did we sign Vlasic? Getting rid of Yarmolenko, Masuaku, and the third goalie.
Yeah, Darren Randolph. Forgotten man. Yeah, he's doing all right, isn't he? Picking up his money.
Great job. Right. Let's move on. So, Watford game, mate. We play them tomorrow. Just looking at the table now. Obviously, they're right down there, aren't they? They're currently in 17th. Lost their last 4 games. Their top goal scorer is Emmanuel Dennis. Very good on FIFA. Ismail Sarr and obviously Joshua King in there as well. Right. I'm going to flash this up, mate, because this is potentially how we might line up for that game. So let's just use this because I do love this website. So whoscored.com. So there we go, mate. They like to play the 4-1-4-1 formation with Danny Rose, Cartwright, Sirieta, Fermedefa, Dennis Cleverly, Kucha, Sissoko, Pedro, and Joshua King up front. Obviously, as you said, mate, you touched on it. Declan Rice is suspended for this game. They predict that Crowell's going to play. I can't see it, mate. I think it's going to be Mark Noble and David Moyes will bottle it.
Yeah, I agree. This is exactly when Crowell should come in. But yeah, you're right, mate. He probably will play. He probably will play Noble. Other than that, Bowen, Lanzini, Fornals, Antonio.
Do you think it will be Johnson left back there? Do you think because Masuaku is slowly turning into Roberto?
He could play. Yeah, I mean Johnson is just coming back from injury, isn't he? So he could well play. Couple of games in a short space of time. I think that's not a bad shout. I think Johnson actually probably will play. I'd be maybe tempted to play Fredericks instead of Soufal. But apart from that, we haven't really got any options.
No, exactly, mate. Exactly, mate.
I think actually saying that, I think that Vlasic will start. So
yeah. He seems to be.
Scroll back up to the thing there.
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah.
So I don't know. I could see maybe Vlasic starting for Lanzini and for now. Like I could see him resting.
Could he play Lanzini instead of Crowell, and Lanzini plays the deep line playmaker role?
Yeah, I think he can.
And then
play
Vlasic
that role.
comes in instead.
And again, especially against a team like Watford, that's exactly the sort of game where Lanzini. We don't need 2 big defensive midfielders against Watford. We don't.
No.
Or we shouldn't do anyway. So yeah, I actually agree with that, mate. I think Lanzini 100% could play that deeper role, pinging the ball around. Like you say, play Vlasic in front of him. It'd be interesting to see how we line up, actually.
They've got a few players out. Nkulu, Messina, Etibo. Oh, Ismail Sarr apparently could be out for this game as well. We've obviously got Zuma, Bonner, Cresswell, and Dex is out as well. Let's just see the next page, because I do, again, this page, I use this a lot for my previews where it lists their weaknesses and strengths. See if we can exploit any of that. So, for Watford, Bear with me. So, their strengths. They're very good on the counter-attack and coming back from losing positions and creating scoring chances. Their weaknesses, here we go, defending set pieces, something that we have been good at. Obviously, we've flowered a little bit recently. Avoiding fouling in dangerous areas. They don't keep possession well. And defending against through balls and skillful players. They like to play with width, take loads of shots, long balls, attempt to cross often, and attack down the right-hand side, which, coincidentally, is the side of Masuaku.
Yeah. I'm not confident.
Mate, I'm not. I wasn't confident in that thingy game as well, the Norwich game, when that was coming up. I'm not confident at all.
Not confident. I think the form that we're in, any team now is going to be looking at us thinking, yeah, this is a good time to play. We've got so many players out. Now Rice is out as well. I'm not confident at all. They've had a rest. We haven't. We're playing games in matter of days.
The one thing that does stand us in good stead, mate, the last 3 games against them, 4-1 win, 3-1 win, 3-1 win. Last time we played them was back in July. 3-1, 3-1, 4-1. Last 3 times against them. Not bad.
It'd be nice if we could do the same sort of thing again, mate. It would be lovely. I would love nothing more than for like the likes of Vlasic to step in and absolutely smash it. And I think Bowen really is due. He's due another goal. I'd love it. But at the moment, I'm not confident in any game. Game.
No, I agree, mate.
I think the confidence is being, and I think this is a big worry. The confidence is being drained out of this team. It really is. The confidence is being drained out of it, and without Rice on the pitch, I don't know.
There's a question for you. Who's going to be the captain then, mate? If Mark Noble doesn't play, no Cresswell, no Zuma,
probably going to be Fabianski.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, mate. I'm nervous. I'm really, really nervous. We really have got back to that West Hamitis, haven't we? Where we're just, I don't know. We just don't look like we've got any ideas anymore. It's not fun. It's not fun. Right, I'm going to go into the comments, and then, guys, you can ask us anything for the last sort of 15 minutes. We'll go for it. John says he's not confident at all. Josh King always scores against us. Mitchell, what the difference has Yarmolenko made in Europe this side from Antonio having a game off? I'm not a hater or anything, but the team doesn't seem the same. I'm going to stay confident for this one. We can pull this out of the bag. If all else fails, being miserable. We are limping like wounded animals to the January transfer window. I agree, mate. Vlasic needs a goal. If he plays, needs to get off the mark. Pay 30 million for him. Needs to be justified. Took Benrahma a long time, though, didn't it, to get his first goal? I don't know. I can see something in there, though. I keep saying it. I can see something in there. I think one goal and he will get going.
I think if he's used properly, like I say, his entire career, he's not been played off the wing to any good effect whatsoever. So I don't know why Moyes keeps playing him on the wing. If he plays him more central, and when he has played more central, he's looked a decent threat. So we need to see more of him there. He needs to be given a run of games. You can't. It's all very well saying, he needs time to get used to the Premier League. How's he going to get used to it if he ain't playing?
Exactly, mate.
Give him a run of games through the middle in his proper position. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, so there's whilst people are sending in their questions, mate, let's talk about the year in general. It's been a fantastic year. Come on, let's get back to real positives. It has been a fantastic year, hasn't it? Qualify for Europa League, into the last 16, top of the group. We've arguably got one of the best midfielders in the world at the moment in our team. We're on the up, but we've just took a little bit of a blip at the end, don't we? And it's a shame that it's because that's your recent memory.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. And that's going back to exactly what I said right at the start of the show. It's yes, we're having a blip. Let's hope it is just a blip. But yeah, taking things into context, we're doing fantastic. We are doing brilliant. We're still in the top 6. We might not stay there for long, but even then, like I say, we'll still be in the top 8. It's West Ham we're talking about. It's West Ham. We're usually now we're around Christmas time. we're getting ready to fight a relegation battle.
Well, mate, after a good season like last season as well, usually it's 3 bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. We're doing brilliant. Like I say, Europa League, fantastic Europa League campaign, top the group quite easily, through to the last 16. Looking forward to hopefully a couple of really big games and to really give it a go. It's unfortunate that we went out of the League Cup the way we did, but we were having a really good run there. Hopefully, we can carry on a good run in the FA Cup.
Yeah, obviously Leeds in a couple of about a week or so, and it Leeds.
Yep. Like you say, Rice, one of the best midfielders in the world at the minute, playing for us. There's so much to be positive about. There is, and like you say, it's a shame that the last couple of weeks or the last month or so has been a bit of a downer, because if you take the year as a whole, it's
because it has been so good. Yeah,
it has been so good.
Exactly,
Brilliant.
Another one I just thought of, mate, transfer window. Sorry, I know it keeps getting mentioned, and I think Mitchell's still in the chat. Obviously, Bowen constantly linked with Liverpool, and obviously Man City now as well, because obviously it looks like Ferran Torres is going to go to Barcelona. Is there a price, if 60 million gets slapped on the table, what you saying?
Yeah, I would. I really like Bowen. But for money like 60 million, see you later. I really like him, but I don't think he's not a 60 million pound player in my opinion. He doesn't.
I think you could replace him with a 30 million pound player in the Championship.
Yeah, I mean he's not got a very good shot on him. He always hits the keeper. He hasn't really got a trick to take a player on. He's strong and he's direct, which is good. But apart from that, I don't think he's special. I don't want to sound like I'm being harsh against him.
No. I really like the guy.
I really like Bowen, and at the moment, he's probably the first name on the team sheet outside of Declan Rice. But money like 60 million, he's very replaceable.
I do agree. I think 60 million. I think you would have to take that. I think you would. I think again, it's back to that thing of you shouldn't be selling your best players, but for 60 million, you could probably go and buy a centre back and get a decent winger. That's just as good as him. Probably just as good as him.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
Let's hope that Antonio gains his confidence for another goal tomorrow. Benny is meant to be staying until the weekend's games now. Do you know if Areola is there on a buy scheme? Someone said that we have to sign him at the end of the loan. Yeah, I thought it was negotiable.
As far as I know, it's an option.
It might be a game thing. It might be like with Crow as well. Like, if you play a certain amount of games, we have to sign him, and that might be what has become a little bit political there.
I haven't seen that. As far as I know, it's an option. Although I do think that we'll take the option up. The way that Moyes has spoken, I think that Moyes will take the option.
Would you guys prefer Areola or Sam Johnston next season? A name that seems to be constantly linked, Sam Johnston all the time, and it hasn't died down, has it? Even when Areola signed, it was still going on. I really like Areola though. I really, really do, and I liked him for Fulham last season as well. And I really thought he was going to get a run, to be honest with you. I thought he'd overtake Fabianski by now. But Fabianski has been fantastic. But I would like Areola. I would like Areola.
Same. I would take, of those two, I would prefer Areola.
Did Father Christmas get Paul the Stepped concert tickets he asked for?
No.
That's a shame. If we don't spend in January to fix this, it's all going to be thrown away. I agree. Yep, it's just going to peter out. Salah and Mane are also allowed to stay until the weekend. Out of form, Antonio has got the same amount of league goals as Ronaldo, who was going to lead Manchester United to the title. Well, that's an interesting point as well.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the point, but let's not try and compare Antonio to Ronaldo. let's keep some form of reality going on here.
Right, there hasn't many questions coming in, mate. So just to finish off then, so going into the new year, and looking towards what do you want now? What would you like to see? Obviously, and let's be realistic. Not we'd all take win the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? But what would be happy for you? What would make you happy?
I think there's a good chance, depending on for me now. We need a good January. We need reinforcements to come in. If I'm being realistic, I would love us to. I think we need to aim for Europe again next season. I'm not expecting us to be anywhere near top 4.
Oh, mate, I would even take Europa Conference.
Yeah, I think just a European campaign again next year. To like I say, just to keep us going, to get us an established European club would be fantastic. Would be amazing. Top 4. We're nowhere near ready. We're not good enough. We don't have the strength in depth to realistically challenge for the top 4. A European place for me, I think, would be really good, and a good run in the FA Cup.
Lingard replacement striker and left-sided centre back is what John wants.
Lingard or replacement? That's a decent question there. Would you rather Lingard or a replacement striker and left-sided centre back? For me, it has to be the striker and centre back.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't think Lingard wants to come, mate. He's not making him. He's not. He flirts with us every now and then on Instagram and stuff, but then he just sort of, then goes a bit quiet, like he don't want to go.
I don't think he'll come.
No, I don't think he's going to.
Not in January anyway. If you're him, you're thinking, well, do I just sit on it for 6 months, go as a free agent, and then he can ask whatever he wants, signing on fees,
well, if Newcastle stay up, mate, they can offer him like 200 grand a week, like silly money. Very interesting to see who they sign as well too, because they're in for Dembele as well from Barcelona. No, not the Conference League. I'm not lived that down with my Spurs brother-in-law after the crap season I've given. I would take it. No, I would take the Conference
League. Let Tottenham have been competing in the Champions League.
Yeah,
this is our first time in a proper European competition. So of course, take the conference.
Well, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there, guys. As it says upon the bottom, please hit the like button. Really helps us out, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for staying loyal this year. We did it 3,600, and 4K will come at some point. But yeah, thank you for all the super chats and the daily comments that come in. And videos will be back. I'll do the Watford review. Me and Paul will be back after Christmas to do a sort of build up in another podcast. I can't even remember what episode number this is, so that's why I didn't put the number for this one. But yeah, please have a good new year. Enjoy your parties in between then if you have got a party planned. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, come on your irons, keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.